Let's take you there to the Sandton Convention Centre, get you a sense of what's unfolding now. And as you can see, Tshepo Mongoai joining us once again. And I wonder, Tshepo, if there are any workers in South Africa who are actually benefiting from the employee share ownership. How do we even measure this?
Well, good morning, Ayanda. Of course, workers are the central of this workers' share ownership scheme. It is ideally to empower workers so that not only do they earn a salary, but they also are shareholders in those companies that they work in. The question is, do they really benefit? And what kind of benefits do they really derive from this kind of arrangements? For more, we're joined by the Sipati Malema. He is with NUM, representing workers. Thank you very much for joining us. As workers' representative from labor unions, what are the issues that you are dealing with as far as these workers' ownership schemes are concerned?
Okay, good morning. Thank you very much. We are indeed having challenges when it comes to workers' employee share ownership programs, but we cannot deviate from the fact that we're also doing good in some areas. The current challenge now is the mining charter, because after the judgment, then we are unable to negotiate fully because the mining charter is now seen as just a negotiating document. But as the NUM, we've taken an initiative to ensure that whatever that is important, the factors that are important out of the mining charter, then we are proposing to go to Parliament and take them into the MPRDA so that it gives the NUM a strong negotiation position to say we are negotiating from the Act's perspective, not just from a policy document. Because as we are sitting now, we don't have any legislation that is saying this is what you need to do, this is what you do not do. But if those factors that are taken from the mining charter to the MPRDA then are adopted by Parliament, then we'll be negotiating from an informed position to say by law, this is what the mining houses or this is what companies are expected to do.
What are specific issues that you want to see addressed through this move that you want to take? And we know that the targets are very clear in terms of a broad-based black economic empowerment. Some of the mines are actually exceeding the target.
Thank you very much again. Yeah, the issues that we want to see happening is to ensure that the 8% that is allocated to labor is then benefiting the members as such. Remember, the previous charter was talking about the 8%, so we want to see the members getting their 8%. However, we are also frustrated by the situation that every time we have to get an employee share ownership program, it is financed through a loan, whereby instead of the members getting the whole 8%, they're actually getting part of that because part of the 8% is going back to finance the loan. So we want a situation whereby the members can get their whole 100% of the 8%, whereby the ESOP scheme are not financed through a loan method.
We're seeing a lot of revision in terms of how the employee share schemes are being structured. There's been a lot of changes recently, but we also know that there are legacy issues in terms of old deals that were structured, and you're still dealing with some of the challenges arising from the old employee share schemes. Just take us through that.
Yeah, in terms of the old deals, we actually started very well in terms of the employee share ownership. We can refer back to the Kumba deal. But currently, most of the structures are benefiting the employer instead of the members. So we are saying as NUM, we want to go back to the drawing board and build from the legacy to say that this is what the NUM stands for, and we are still want to continue to make sure that we have deals structured previously as what Kumba did, whereby the members will pride themselves through their hard-earned sweat to say, this is what we did to get this ESOP, this is what we did, and we deserve this share in the mines, because it is through our hard-earned sweat.
Some of the deals have failed simply because of the way they are structured. They are linked to the performance of the share price. Sometimes is the dividend. Are you concerned that even some of the latest deals that we are seeing could also suffer the same fate?
Yes, we are concerned, because we are sitting now with the issue of the special vehicle, your SPV, whereby the members are working for Company X. But when it comes to employee share ownership, there is a special vehicle whereby all the transaction will be done through the special vehicle, which as the NUM we're not happy about, because we feel that if Company X is declaring dividends, the members should be able to take out their calculators and say, because this company is listed on the Johannesburg or on the stock exchange, therefore we are able to calculate our own shares. But because we have the middleman called the SPV, then we are unable to do that, because part of they will only declare to the SPV, and the SPV will start by taking its administrative costs before they could pay our members. So those are our major challenges, to say why are we not allocated shares directly to the companies that we work for without using this middleman.
As labor unions, you've also been criticized for not explaining the structure and how these deals are structured and the objective. And at times, it creates a lot of uneasiness among the workers, especially after the vesting period.
We are doing what we have to do as the NUM. I think we can pride ourselves in the sense that we are spearheading the negotiations, the teaching and everything. Even when you go to negotiate the ESOP, we've got our own document that says this is what the NUM stands for, whereby we capacitate our members to be in a position to understand what they stand to gain, and also how do you want this ESOP structured. So as NUM, we can confidently say we pride ourselves in the good capacity building that we are doing for our members in terms of employee share ownership scheme. We also went further to become innovative, to say in a situation whereby we are getting a profit share, because the current ESOP is not providing that sense of ownership. We further went on to say that we can even go out and come up with an investment vehicle on our own, whereby the members will see the legacy through that investment vehicle, to say if the company is going to pay annually, then we take that money, we invest in an infrastructure so that the members can own that infrastructure, and that could give them that sense of ownership again, because that was the intention when the employee share ownership program started.
To those that have already vested, have you seen, you've spoken about the Kumba deal, have you seen any significant benefits directly flowing to the workers in monetary value?
Yes, we are, but it's not where we want it to be. But there is, and there are those that are actually paying next to what we want or what we expect. If we may cite an example, we have a very good dividend this year from Northern, to say the least. And also 2021, I think we also got a profit share arrangement with ARM, whereby we also saw a very good payout. So it's not as bad as is, but we actually have not arrived where we want to be.
Is it because of the performance in the share price or dividend that you were able to derive those benefits, or is it the way the structure of the deal was put in place?
We could say both, but I think most importantly, when it's the dividend, we are able to get the financial statement from the companies to say this is where we are. And we can argue from an informed position to say for the first 3 years at least, the projections were showing that this scheme is going to be performing very good. So they cannot come back and say now that it's time to pay or for the shares to vest therefore. However, most issue or the critical issue is how the deal are structured. But as NUM, we are fighting to make sure that we are informed regularly as to what is happening to the scheme, because whenever there is an issue, our members, they will send us an email to say this is where we are through the regional leadership, because we've got mine in different regions. So we'll then definitely go and attend to those issues.
As we conclude, what, according to NUM, would you like to see as the future employee share ownership scheme?
as the NUM would like to see the 8% going direct to our members, and the members need not pay for the loan towards those shares because it is what is due to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Sipati Malema. He's with the NUM representing workers. Of course, many of them are here as well to participate in this one-day employee ownership share conference to thrash out some of the issues with regard to their participation in these particular schemes and how they should be structured. We'll continue giving you much more coming out of this conference throughout the days. Back to you, Ayanda.
And we look forward to it. Tshepo Mongoai, thanks very much indeed. Tshepo's live to us there from the Sandton Convention Centre.